Yo, what's up YouTube family? It's your boy Cozy back at you with another hot TikTok reaction video. I hope y'all are having a good day today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell on your way in. Let's get it.
Like it's actually daytime outside when it's technically night and vice versa. For about a year or a year and a half now, I've been taking pictures and videos where when it's light outside, it's like dark on camera and vice versa. Like the sky looks bright at nighttime. And I thought it was me just like doing too much, you know? Look at this patent I found that was granted in 2021. It's a mechanism for resetting circadian rhythms with color palette transitions in a virtual sky projected in a digital space. I did a bunch of videos on my main account a couple months ago about all of the patents for the holographic sky and the holographic sun and moon. So if you're seeing this and thinking virtual sky is crazy, now I'm starting to wonder, did they actually pull that? Because your circadian rhythm is just your body's sleep and wake cycle. Why would they be wanting to reset our circadian rhythms? This is satire for entertainment purposes only.
What? Did they be able to reverse night to day and day to night? Oh, nah, man, I don't know about that one. I think we're starting to give them a little bit too much credit. Too much power.
Did y'all see what happened in New Jersey last night? But first, this looks different than any other plane that I've ever seen, and what is that big black thick trail of smog coming out the back of it? And completely unrelated, has the sun been missing for y'all too? Cause we only see it once a month over here. It's been going on for actual months. Anyways, this is insane. Ever since the UAP hearing, by the way, there's another one coming up, I believe tomorrow. Ever since, there's been things all over the sky, and this just happened last night in New Jersey. There are multiple videos of them and multiple reports and a whole bunch of people, so they saw a whole bunch of them in the sky. And before the skeptics say they're just drones, they were in the sky for over 2 hours, and there's a military Black Hawk that came to watch them. And we've literally had an overload of sites all over the US for the last week. For instance, this happened last night at the same exact time somewhere else, and these things are popping up literally everywhere. It really can't be a coincidence. I think it's time for the alien card, if you know what I mean. And seeing as how they say they live in the ocean, maybe that explains this video. All I know is things are about to get really weird. Oh, make sure you're watching the East.
Man.
Okay, I just need to talk about it. Has anyone else seen Elon's recent video talking on how he and his team are creating or created an exact replica of Earth and us and our homes, everything? And they're going to transport us there without us knowing. And here we are talking about feeling timeline shifts and differences in structures and ourselves and scenarios and people buying tickets for events that didn't even exist, or foundations just like fixing themselves. What? And now I'm like, is 5G helping that whole like transportation process? And did the, do that too? I don't know. Things are weird.
Man, you never know about old Elon, I ain't gonna lie.
Did y'all just see the medical emergency that TB Jakes just had? If not, I'm gonna show it to you, but there's some really weird things surrounding this situation. So we'll get into that in 1 minute. But here, watch the video, and tell me if you can sense a really evil presence on him at the same time it's happening.
Meditation in my heart, be acceptable in thy sight. Oh Lord, my strength, my redeemer. Let him go in peace.
So my first thought was maybe it's a stroke because you can see him start to shake, but I could not shake this really heavy demonic presence on him. Now I mentioned it got weird, so at first every single news site was saying medical emergency, and all of a sudden just recently, 20-30 minutes, they're saying a slight health incident, even a statement from the Potter's house, the church that he preaches at. Like, we all just watched it, and that was not no slight incident. And if it happened that quickly and it's already slight and already better, something tells me that was actually demonic or a spiritual implication. Like we've seen all around the entertainers, it's nothing new. And of course we have so much more information coming out about this case right behind me. So yeah, this is a very off-putting, very weird situation when you combine all the surrounding incidents. I'll end the video by saying I wish nothing bad on anyone, even those who do evil. But one day, all will come to light, and all people will pay for the evil that they've done.
The video you're about to see is the terrifying encounter with a solo urban explorer and what can be described as a monstrously strong entity. It gets so bad that the explorer has to call the police while trying to stop this creature from demolishing its way into the room. Watch this.
어디야? 뭐야? 어디야? 또 뭐야? 어디야? 여보세요?
네, 경찰입니다.
좀 신고지 말라고요.
네, 말씀하세요.
잠시만요.
Don't tell me this is one of Elon's rockets. This looks like freaking cardboard, y'all. Like, really? This is flying through space, flying through the atmosphere? Yeah, we get it. It's sheet metal, but I mean, come on, you guys. That would not provide any support. There'd be no reason for that crap on there. It reminds me how the Apollo 11 was made out of aluminum foil, basically, and aluminum melts at, like, what, 1200? And it got up to 5000 at the re-entry to Earth. I remember last year, they were saying that these things that we kept seeing in the sky were SpaceX, right? If that was really cardboard or sheet metal, that stuff would have blown right off or melted off. Mars, here we come.
For real, man. I ain't gonna lie, he ain't lying. It looked like cardboard. It looked like something you could make at home in your garage or something. It did not look like no real, I guess, spaceship part, because it didn't look like no type of metals and nothing like that. That's why I say it like that. But that's crazy, man.
What you're about to see is intense. What you just saw is the United States Coast Guard raiding a high-speed submarine in the Eastern Pacific Ocean moving more than 17,000 pounds of cocaine.
Okay.
On June 18th, 2019, a Coast Guard surveillance aircraft tracked and intercepted
Ball up in the air.
the drug-filled narco sub hundreds of miles off the Colombian Ecuadorian coastline. The video shows a member of the Coast Guard riding on top of the speeding submarine, He then starts pounding on the hatch and demanding it to come to a stop. 3 other Coast Guard members then jump ship and board the 40-foot-long submarine. The video then continues, and you see the presumed trafficker emerging from the submarine hatch with his hands up, surrendering. And in total, 5 alleged smugglers were seized on board the vessel and were handed over for prosecution by the United States Drug Enforcement Administration.
Are these your friends, the police?
Now, just watch the full encounter unfold. It's honestly something straight out of a video game.
That's gonna be hard to get on. Barco!
So y'all gotta catch me.
Job is to make sure that these criminals survive long enough to have that justice served.
Dang.
Hey guys, SpaceX just launched their rocket, except it's not going where you think it is. Straight into the ocean. They never make it where they say they're going.
Man, they put it right in front of our faces. You seen that, man? It's going to the ocean. It was never going up out of space, man. It was going, it was just to fool us, man. To bamboozle us. That's what it was, man. To make us fall for the boo-boo.
Don't look up. It means you should probably be looking up. Every day it seems like there's some crazy stuff in the sky, and I have some other things to show you guys in a minute. What would y'all say that this is? We do projections, UFOs, UAPs, angels. I would guess a spiritual entity. The same with this one, but no, they're saying this is the country's new weapon, right? But what's funny is we used to see these in the sky all the time last year, and they said it was SpaceX. So which one is it? Is it a new weapon, or is it SpaceX? Yo, I'm pretty freaking sure that SpaceX is just to cover up the trail and the path flights of fallen angels. I mean, how else would they know when these meteors or devil's comets are coming? By the way, did you guys see the doomsday skies in Florida the other day? And this happened at the same time the volcano went off, but it also happened at the same time that everything's happening in the east right now. I don't think I've ever seen it so red outside. It has to mean something. And at the same freaking time, almost in Arizona, we had this. I'm telling you guys, something is coming. I don't know when, but I know it is.
I ain't gonna lie, I swear to God, if I've been in the house, getting out the shower or something, just waking up, whenever this was during the day, man, if I was coming out the first, to see this stuff the first time in the day, I would be like, man, what the hell? Like, my first time coming outside, looking out the window is red. Man, I would think, man, is it the end of the world? I would be trying to get on the internet searching right now, man. Did we get in an altercation, or we, at war or something with another? Did we just get hit with a nuke? Basically, I'm like, dang, man, this got to be Mars or something. What's going on? And it's red outside. Is this the end days right now? Is this like what's going on? Like, that would be scary as hell, man. So for the people that did witness that, I can only imagine how they felt when they first seen this.
Alright guys, it looks like we might have another case of go woke, go broke, with quite possibly one of the worst marketing rebrands we've seen in quite some time out of the car company Jaguar. Their new ad shows that they're going full force with diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the internet is having a field day. Could this be a Bud Light 2.0? Let's talk about it. Create exuberance. Oh. right. I don't know what in the androgyny I just watched when it comes to that commercial, but clearly there's some messaging underlying this new rebrand. Now, first and foremost, before we get into the agenda here, where's the car? Not a single element of this commercial is signaling at all to the audience that this is about a car. And it's so interesting because I find this with a lot of woke commercials. And of course, you have the display of vivid rainbow colors. We all know the rainbow has been co-opted by this political ideology. And this is such a monumental shift from what Jaguar used to be as a company. I guess we should meet their new head of brand strategy, and maybe that will explain why we're dealing with this commercial.
And at Jaguar, we're passionate about our people, and we're committed to fostering a diverse, inclusive, and unified culture that is representative not only of the people who use our products, but in a society in which we all live. By a belief in diversity, inclusion, creativity, a culture where our employees can bring their authentic selves to work.
Wow. Okay, that explains everything. And if his words didn't explain everything, the see-through mesh shirt covered by a sequin blazer would have told me all I needed to know. And I have to state the obvious. It's a car. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Dude, this is a Wendy's restaurant.
Why do we need multiple DEI departments? Why are we talking about people's gender identity or their sexual orientation or their race? These things don't matter, but we continuously see these corporate structures move in the direction of DEI. It makes no sense, but I have to give them credit. They are committed to the bit because they're responding to people criticizing them and they are sticking to the script. Let's read a few. Elon Musk said, "Do you sell cars?" To which Jaguar responded, "Yes, we'd love to show you," and they invited him to join them at an event. Someone else said, "Where's the car?" Jaguar responded, "The story is unfolding, stay tuned." Another one, "This is surely a joke." They respond, "A pivotal moment." And here's a heavy hitter. John says, "What the actual hell is this?" Jaguar responds, "The future." I sure as hope not.
Started with this Facebook post. A woman saw this sticker on the front window of women's clothing store Rare Trends in East Austin, reading "Exclusively for white people, maximum of 5 colored customers." There's also a city logo and above it, "Sponsored by the City of Austin Contemporary Partition and Restoration Program." Caroline Gray is the director of sales and marketing for the store. She came in Wednesday expecting an average day, not knowing what was on the store's front window.
Come in from the side and in through the front door, and so the window is a little bit off to my, off to the left, so I don't see.
That was until the phone started ringing.
And she said, "I just walked by your store and there's a sign in the window that says you only allow white people to shop." And I was like, what?
Gray walked outside and saw it for herself. Austin police came to the store to investigate. It turns out Rare Trends is not the only business hit by vandals with the sticker. It was also put on Windmill Bicycles and El Chiquito Restaurant on Manor Road. Along with police, the city's code enforcement officers will be looking for other stickers and the person or people posting them.
Have you all seen the freaking news today? Come right back to this. Read what's right behind me right now, and it gets way worse. TikTok is just the mainstream news. It's all alleged, my opinion, whatever they're saying. Now this right here is the worst part. According to Blah, it has already started. People are generally really ignorant about this stuff, saying bring it on. So here's a visual of what this would look like. And for the people that say these things don't exist, just give me a second. This is a good visual showing what would happen with every single country if things got a little bit too far. Don't forget about the stockpiles that all these countries have, by the way. US, gone. And then the counter comes in. But what good is a counter if no nations, or they all cease to exist at this point? If they're all gone, what's the point, you guys? Crazy, right? And for the people that want to say it's not real, Zechariah 5 talks about a giant piece of lead basically being thrown at the earth. And Zechariah 14:12 talks about a giant plague explosion where people's eyes and their tongues dissolve in their mouth while they're standing and all the flesh evaporates away. And besides that, this right here is the future. These are all drones. Imagine sitting on your porch and looking up and seeing thousands of drones coming at you. Could y'all even imagine it? My goodness. We live in some scary times. Find Jesus.
Now that's just crazy, man. You gonna blow up the whole planet? Come on, man. These people crazy with these bombs, man. They say, man, if I can't live here and be, you can't either. I guess, man. That's what's crazy to me. And they go into their bunkers. Like, for real, you really think that's gonna last you like long enough to, so you know, restart everything before? Man, hey, I just don't see it, man. Like, I haven't lived through a atomic bomb or a nuclear bomb attack and been able, you know what I'm saying? Have you? I mean, come on, man. Nobody really has done that, so that is crazy to think that just because they had the MREs and stuff in a shelter that they gonna be able to, you know, it's not. I don't think it's likely, man. I don't. Let me know what you think down below, though.
Back in 2009, there was a man named Cliff High, and he developed a software that would scan the whole entire internet to tell us predictive future events. And so this software predicted that Donald Trump would go on the Joe Rogan podcast, okay? And that 39 days after Trump goes on his Joe Rogan podcast, the government is going to have an intense war battle with UAPs and UFOs in the sky. Is that not weird that he did go on the Joe Rogan podcast, and now we are 28 days away from hitting that 39th day, which I think is in 11 days. That's weird. Now listen, this could all be nothing. This could all be something because they're probably planning it. Or this can also be like The Simpsons, right? The Simpsons, a lot of people say, well, it's not, there is not predictive, it's planning, or whatever the case may be, whether it's The Simpsons type of thing, whether it's they're planning this, whether it's just not gonna happen at all. This is weird because he did go on the Joe Rogan podcast, and now we're 11 days out. So I'll be back to update you guys in 11 days to let you guys know if that thing happened with the government and the UFOs.
I don't know, man. Some people out there saying, man, I don't like all the UFO content, but from what, if y'all paying attention to what I've been telling you this whole time, and you saying you want to know more about the biblical stuff and the end times, like, I've been telling you the whole time without trying to tell you, but I have been telling you a little bit too, that's all part of it. That's all part of the end times, man, because these aren't aliens like you think. They are demons, demonic interdimensional beings. You know, I mean, demonic interdimensional beings. Like, come on, man. They part of the end days. They the ones that's gonna bring the end times or be used as a agenda to bring the end times, man. Pay attention, man. Pay attention. Y'all be missing the messages because y'all be focused on the messenger.
This right here was just recorded. Tell me why it looks like the day after tomorrow. And these clouds are popping up everywhere. I'll show you more in a minute. For the people that say, oh, that's normal, that always happens. I wasn't born yesterday. And neither were a lot of the other people who are going to see this and notice it. Obviously something's up. And right here is a totally different location. I mean, look at the contrast. It looks like two different pictures. I have never in my life seen storm clouds this bad. And that's not to mention, I get about 100 messages a day with crazy stuff happening in the sky. Something's going on and something is changing the sky.
The red sky once again.
I am shook. I'm shook. I'm shook. I'm shook. I'm shook. Guys, you will not believe what I just found out. This is how I know that they put stuff in plain sight, and you wouldn't even know that unless you read the Book of Enoch. Disclaimer, I read the Book of Enoch as history, not scripture, and I can tell you why in a whole other video. I want you to look at the Paramount logo. How many stars do you see on there? 22. Right? In the Book of Enoch, there are 250 angels that came down to earth, procreated with mortal women, and created a ravenous species of giant. You're probably like, okay, how does 250 go into 22? There were 22 leaders of the fallen angels listed here by name. Y'all know what they did. We talked about it on my channel, teaching humans heavenly knowledge, like trying to predict the future with astrology, teaching us about makeup, reading, writing, all these things. We were supposed to be childlike on this earth. We were not supposed to be getting into all the stuff that they brought down. When you watch the Paramount intro, you will see the stars floating over the water, aka the deep. And you know, on this channel, we have spoken about the demonic marine kingdom and how in the Bible, the deep could possibly be referencing the darkness, aka the devil, which is why on the new earth there will be no sea, and could be one of the reasons why Jesus walked on water, to show dominion over the ocean. Don't forget the fact that the women that procreated with the angels were cursed to the sea to become sirens. That's a whole other video. Anyway, so you see them floating over the water, referencing them to darkness. And what do? congregate over this mountain. When the fallen angels came to earth, they landed on a mountain called Mount Hermon. These angels were a third of the angels of heaven because they rebelled against God with Lucifer. The decimal for 1/3 is 33.33. The coordinates for Mount Hermon is 33.33. Y'all tell me this is not mind-blowing. Tell me. They put it right in our faces. Who they serve, what they stand for. This goes to show that television programming, they're programming us, channeling certain visions in our head. It all connects. It all makes sense. I could talk about this all night. Don't get me started. Anyway, make sure you guys like and follow and comment down below what you think.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, I definitely think she owning something. I definitely think she know what she talking about and she know where she going with this message. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section.
Last decodes from the occultic symbology in the movie Wicked. I found some very disturbing stuff. So let's start with her wand, then we'll move to the bottomless pit. Yes, it's at the bottomless pit. So get a good look at her wand right here. And here it is again. Guess what this is? It's the same exact wand the Pope holds when he's paying homage to Helios, the sun god.
Here we go.
See his head? See his wand? Here he is again right here. By the way, the sun god Helios is Lucifer. Also the light bearer. In Greek mythology, they called him a Titan or a Nephilim, which doesn't exactly fit Lucifer since he's just a fallen angel and not Nephilim. But still, they gave him the Titan headline. Let's move on to the head of Oz. This right here appears to me to be the image of the beast using artificial intelligence to make a living thing. But it gets crazier. Here it is now, surrounded with fire like the bottomless pit, and the angel or fallen angel that's over the bottomless pit is Apollyon or Abaddon. Guess what? Apollon's Helios too. But how can I prove this? Because the same head from the same thing on Broadway is quite literally Satan. You see the horns? Again right here. Quite literally the image of the beast being in the bottomless pit, also paying homage to Satan. And the transformation that Ariana Grande made for the movie speaks for itself. All this pollution is no good for you. Let me know what you think below.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, he making sense with that one, man. I mean, the Vatican are, you know, they the same ones that was talking about they waiting on the alien guy, aka what? I told you aliens are. I ain't gonna say all of them. I can't say that some probably angels too, but the alien guy though just come out. That's not normal. That's all I'm gonna say. But like I always say, hope y'all enjoyed the show. Catch me in the next video. It's your boy DONCOOZIE. I'm out.